So today I going to how to configure the Tacacs server for the Cisco switches. For the Cisco switches. So just MS Paint I'm just opening. It's very important topic how to able to log in the switches via ID credential and is managing the accounting and authorization. So just paint. These are the design to the our CPPM server. These are the Cisco switches. This is the AD servers. I am talking about the Clearpass, how to CPPM. Just a minute, it's all. Just a moment, my PC is hanging. So today I teach about the in the configure the Tacacs server at Clearpass servers. CPPM. How to configure Tacacs server at Clearpass. Step by step. Okay. So what is that? This is our CPPM, and this is our AD server. So authenticate the users, and this is a Cisco switch. So how to authenticate the switch via because local ID, so I'm going to change it. So these are the one design. Okay, these are setups. So what is use of the Tacacs? Tacacs used for the authentication, authorization and accounting. Is accounting means the role of that, because someone going to change the configuration in the switch level, so nobody can able to verify who going to change. But first if the configure the Tacacs, so we can easily identify and accounted the who would change the configuration on the switch level. So what is that? The CPPM version is 6.10.8 we are using. Currently Cisco is 2960. AD server is Windows AD server. So the user trying to able to access the switch. I'm just user. This is a user. This user trying to able to try to switch via AD user, AD authentication. Username admin, password admin 123. This is the AD credential. With the help of the AD credential, try to this one username, and they try to able to access via. If the user are in the read only user, retired user, we can able to access the switch, easily able to access the switch, but through the Tacacs. So how can it's possible? Just type a minute. First let's look at the switch configuration. This is the our Cisco switch you need to configure. This is our just a moment, Cisco 2960 switch. Below configuration is for step. So So these are the steps. First we try to configure the switch. At the switch level configuration, just mention the Tacacs server or AD. We can define the groups. I am gonna define the groups and merge the mention IP addresses. Okay, you can define the call this group. These are the our server IP address. This is the primary. This is secondary. There's the prime. This is DR and DC and DR setups. So DC, DR, DC2, and these two DR servers. If the DC server fail primary, you can traffic the secondary server. If the secondary also fails, going to the DR server. Like that we configure. This configuration we need to configure the switch level configuration for Tacacs. Mention the servers. This is a pre-shared key. We can mention the pre-shared key is very important. The pre-shared key not mismatch the Clearpass and the switch level. Need to configure proper way because the pre-shared key is very important features on that configure the both the set are same. Okay, so authentication login default server. I am creating the groups. I call the groups. Okay, these are the groups. This for using for read-only users. This using for read-only users, and this 15 privilege for read-write user. 15 privilege for read-write full access, and 1 privilege for read-only access. So we can just start the configuration at the switch level. Okay, please use this configuration for Tacacs server and in the switch level. I'm just going to can copy the command. I just explained. Can copy the command and save it in the notepad, and then you can use this command for switch configuration in the Tacacs level. So you can identify this one. Fine. So I'm going to the okay. So first create a profile. You need to first create a profile. So already I created the profile. I show you the profile. See, this is a profile for Cisco. This is a read-only access user. So just like that, as I show you, you can click on add. Okay, no issue. So this is our create a profile first. In process mention the name, read-only access, enter the name. These are enter name. Type Tacacs plus X and escape. Privilege is 1. Privilege is by default 1 for read-only users. Okay. Selected service is a sale. Selected service you can sell. Authorizes about AD. Authorization status ADD by default. Okay. This you can define the sale first. Type sale privilege level and value is 1. If you configure the template timeout session, you can timeout the word by 60 seconds or 80 seconds. I define 180 seconds. This configuration for read-only user. This configuration for read-only user is a profile. You can enter the name, escape, services. By default, the read-only user only for now. Default privilege value is 1. Sale is 1. Privilege is read-only use 1. Is the timeout second 180 seconds. And enable the sale and unmatch the commands for this configuration for read-only user. And same I am showing the other part read write user. So admin access. So enter the name, Cisco super admin access, and the services privilege level 15 for read write user is the super user. Okay, selected service, you can select the service. These are the service. By default service is sale, type sale, privilege level 15. If you configure the timeout session, there is 180 second, and the tick this enable permutations. Both these are same. These are for this configuration for read write. Again I show this configuration for read write. This all details: Cisco admin, Tacacs type, Cisco A15 sale, and this is the configuration. Okay, this is the profile. Then I'm going to the first create the profile, then going to the first, just mention I'm steps over here because easily we can understand. Okay, steps. First config profile, second config in policy, then third service, fourth add the switch to the NAC console. So for what is the first, need to configure the profile. So profile is done, our side profile already done. The profile is correctly I just configure the profile. So I take this, sorry, I think this one. So this I just done. So I am going to the configure the profile. Just wait. So this is our okay. These are the policy. First complete the profile. I am creating policy name, enter the policy name, enter the default group profile super admin. We can select super admin read only, write like that only, and these are our rules. The first rule, tips role equal to EOS MGMT read. This is a full access. This is a full access rule. First rule. Second rule, read only. We can create like that only. Tips roles equals read only users. Apply the read only users. Already create their profile. I merge the profile on the policy. And this is a enforcement profile. First I create the profile, then create the enforcer profile as per our design. So just complete the second one. third need to create the service. Not saying. So third need to create this service. We try to open this service. 1 second. Just okay. These are the service already need configure. So we have created a service. Enter the name, Tacacs for Cisco switches. Enter the connection, NAD IP address belong to this group. So why like they belong to this group? That means the multiple switches adding in the Tacacs. If it is single, we can apply the single. But if we are going to 10, 15 or more switches we can configure, so can configure the NAD IP address belong to this group and add this group. Add this group in the services. Authentication use a CLAD or different. If you are LDAP, whatever in authentication you have, you can merge it. These are rules. These are the rules we configure. Authorization CLAD demand on equals to no MGMT or authorization CLAD on demand email attributes read only users. If you required, we configure. If you not required, do not configure. Leave it the part. Is not important the rules. Is important in person profile. And you can merge the we have configured the policy. In person profile, I merge the policy from here. Same policy I merged to here. Okay. These are the steps. So third step also service also configure. The fourth, add the NAC console switch out. Okay, going to add this switch. So I just explain you. First add the switch. This example the switch. Mention the IP address of this any location. I mention the IP address, the subnet marks, description, Tacacs. Here configure the Tacacs, mention Tacacs as password, which I have shared to you. Not this one. This password we are using. This password and that password are same. Please make sure that both the password are same. Do not change. Use both the password preset key over here, and the vendors which switch vendor Cisco, Alcatel or Aruba. Okay, and that this group we are merging that services. I just show you. This group I am merging over here. So these are group. These are the switches. These are testing groups. Just a moment. These are the testing lab setup. So I am not adding any switch, but we can make sure that this add over here. Selected parts. Okay. So like that we need to configure the Tacacs at the Clearpass. So again I just brief about that. What to do first? First need to configure the profile, and the last and least point is the fifth. Need to configure the switch as per template. Okay, what to do? This is the last and this is the last point. Configure the switch. First, create a profile. Second, create a configure the policy. Third, create the service. Fourth, add the switch and merge the and add the switch and merge that group, particular group. That group, particular group, add on our services. And then last option, configure the switch and test and the test. I just show you how to check a log. These are the Tacacs able to access the server. This Tacacs login. I'm opening the request. Wait, opening the request. Oh, this is open the request. This session ID created. Username is email ID. Request authorization. And these are for configure the policy authorization servers for our AD. That AD request. Authentication type Tacacs. Remote IP. Client IP port. Policy which are applicable that policy. Read only user. Authorization is pass. Command use and alerts. So this is to the first configuration for Tacacs. How to do the first configuration on CPPM servers. Just today I explained. So this is the first lecture for the Clearpass. First I start the training session for each and everything, cover all the points. How to configure that CPPM and first level to start level. And the again I'm going to teach the topic and if you deployed the deployment going to start at your environment, so need to open the port at firewalling. That also cover on this next topic, and the static routes, everything on cover on the next coming trainings. So I just a first lecture. If you like this lectures, please like and subscribe to my channel. And one more thing, if anything need to change or anything need to going to wrong, please let me know. And if any other topic need to discuss and other topic need to teach you, please add the comment and send to me. Thank you.